Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Vegas, where they do it bigger and better than any other city when it comes to the big-time fights. We're at the Thomas & Mack Center for a much-anticipated main event. And the anticipation for this bout has grown as the week has gone on. A lot of talk behind these two. Now it's time to walk the walk. Roy Jones Jr. is making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination of glory. Lewis is making his way to the ring, and I know you're used to seeing many ring walks where guys are really jacked up. This isn't one of them.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourselves at all times. Let's touch them up.
And we are underway for this scheduled 12-rounder. Well-targeted left hand by Lewis. Brings the hook that time. And he engages in the clinch. And now he scores well with the straight right. There's an excellent combination by Lennox Lewis. When it comes to measuring Lennox Lewis against the great heavyweights, you know, he often takes a hit because of those he didn't face. Well, here's a style I don't think he's faced all that much of in his career, Teddy, going up against an awkward, unorthodox guy.
Yeah, I don't consider Lewis one of the great heavyweights. I mean, he was along at the right time, but he lost to guys that the great ones wouldn't have lost to. I mean, it's that simple to me. But, hey, don't take away his bank account. It doesn't take away his accomplishments. And, you know, he has those things. And he's had great physical assets. You know, he has great size. And for the most part, he's been able to find a way to use that size, you know, and at the end of the day, kind of, you know, punctuate that with the right hand. And he's going to have to use those assets and find a way to use that right hand. He's a very awkward guy.
Nice work, the left hand to the head. Takes a step back, then the counterpunch by Roy Jones.
Very similar to what you see Floyd Mayweather do. You know, make a miss, pull that shoulder back, and then come right back with the counter.
Able to dismiss that body shot. On the mark, the counterpunch by Lewis. There's that overhand right. Keep working the jab. Parries that punch intended for the head. Oh, keep the distance. Jones Jr.'s tagged. Last last 10 seconds. And the big man, Lennox Lewis, able to land a nice hook. Wow, what a right hand he just got caught by, and he's looking to tie up. End of round one. Jones's defense is going to need to shine when he gets back out there. I mean, just look at the close-up of that cut we're seeing.
Yeah, he's got to use his legs. You're right, Joe. He's got to get out there and buy some time for those medicines to work.
I don't want you to slug it out with this guy, all right? Just keep your range. Jab, jab, right, okay? Listen, I want to see that straight right. Throw the jab, and then straight down the middle. You got that? Jab, jab, right.
I got more.
So a new round is underway here, but will it be just where we left off? Remember, the bell rang in that last round to keep this fight going. He was taking a beating.
Yeah, well, I hope that he watched some Houdini movies. I really do, because he's going to have to do a Houdini to get out of this.
Roy Jones Jr. showing you that sublime skill right now with that two-punch combo. If that keeps up, this is going to be a good night. The right hand scored by Roy Jones.
Good.
Really good work right there, landing the two punches in seat. Lennox Lewis is big shot there. Lumbering left hand puts him down.
One, two, three, 4, 5.
Lewis beating the count. Back up, ready for action. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Lewis is banged by a power punch.
Side to side, move your head.
Jones's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success.
Hook off the jab.
Not hitting his mark there, going upstairs. Teddy, you can try to put a label on Roy Jones Jr., but I don't know that you can necessarily classify him as any one style of boxing.
So he's a guy that breaks the rule book. He would drive traditional trainers batsy. I mean, they would get nuts because he does everything you're not supposed to do. He pulls back from punches instead of slipping them. He drops his hands instead of keeping his hands up. He dares you to make a mistake, and he dares you to catch him while he's making mistakes. If there's ever a guy that you could compare him to, I would say a little bit to Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali was the engineer. He was the pioneer of making wrong right.
Lewis is keeping his guard up very, very well. Teddy, does it help to have the speed that he has?
Sure. Anytime you have speed and you can put it into the equation where whatever you're doing, it has to be technically right, but now you put speed, you're doing it even better. You're doing it at a higher level.
Don't need to be on the inside.
I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Come on, kid, focus.
And we come to the end of the round.
Good job in that round.
Lennox Lewis' plan is clearly to go upstairs against his opponent, and to do so, he's staying out of that danger zone, Teddy. How would you attack that?
Well, first of all, you need to move your head. Take that height advantage away. You know, slip to either side a little bit, and all of a sudden, get inside that jab.
Slip his punch and throw a straight right down the middle.
He seems fully recovered to me. Here we are, the start of a new round, and a fighter that got tagged hard in the last round seems as fresh as could be.
Well, when you push a fighter, when you push a human being to a dark place, that's when you're going to find out what's right inside of them, what's great inside of them. And he's responding just that way.
Oh, good defense there. That was a fine block by Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. is just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. Good defensive skill with the block by Roy Jones. Not much action as he just ties up. He just looks exhausted to me right now. Jones's accuracy is non-existent. This guy cannot punch a solid target right now.
No, but what this shows, he's missing so many shots. We always think about the damage done when they land. This is showing you the damage that's done when they miss. You get discouraged. You start giving in.
Lewis is out to show everybody that he's fine. But we saw what happened in the last round. He was knocked down in that last round. Does he have to prove something to himself as well as proving something to everybody in this arena?
Well, that's the right question, Joe. He's got to revisit his memory banks a little bit and know that he's already proven it to himself. He's been in this position before, so he has to regain that confidence and understand that he can deal with this. He's done it before.
Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Nice 1-2 by Lewis. Final minute of a round that'll go down in the history books. Not getting it done with that straight right hand.
Head moving.
And you see what he can do. Big shot he just scored with. How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment.
One, two, three, four, five.
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
A nice block by Lewis. His opponent wanted the body. He wouldn't give it to him. And this round comes to an end.
Straight up. Move that body. You need to move that body more. There's no need to fight his style. You're not going to win that way.
You have to keep your distance. Stay away from him. Keep throwing that jab. Jab your way, okay? Whatever you do, throw that jab.
Well, with 3 rounds complete here, it's worth a look at Teddy's scorecard to see where he sees it. Jones is using a lot of energy just by throwing so many punches, but he's not getting much out of all this effort at all.
No, he's working much too hard. That's a good point there. He's working really.
Boom, left hand comes home. Solid. And he crashes to the canvas once again. He's gotten up before. What about this time? So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, this is where instincts kick in. You got to start moving that head automatically right now. You don't want to stay in the middle.
He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. halfway through round number 4. And yet another big shot comes in. That was a big shot that floored him, and it's a big shot that may end him right here.
That looked like the great pitcher, Great Maddox, his sinker ball. Boy, it went down quick.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's over. This fight is over. Lewis is gunned down yet another opponent. A knockout victory. Now that's how you end a fight right there. Yes, he was controlling throughout, but he made a good, clean finish with the knockout.
Yeah, as a trainer, you want to know, can a guy punch? Can a guy defend? You know, can a guy control?